And here we have attempt number 2 of recording this very simple video. Because the first time I tried to record it on, you guessed it, Samsung drives. Yes, Samsung. First, I tried this 850 EVO, where the video just stopped recording because it was dropping frames. Just to make sure I'm not fucking crazy and giving Samsung a fair chance, I tried this 860 QVO, and they both failed. So, again, like I said, for desktop use, Samsung drives are fine, but I did have a little rant in that one video because for my camera use, they are fucking useless. These are garbage. So they'll probably end up in a NAS where they can be used for, again, I think they're decent enough for desktop use. It's hard to make a bad SSD for desktop, but for camera use. So now I'm here. Again, this is kind of a random video, but I've got an interesting piece of information and I'd like to share. So, I'm using my Kingston KC600, and it reminded me of an upcoming project I have that I kind of just wanted to share a little bit with you about because I'm just kind of excited about it, man, and I think it's going to be fun, and some little information about what's going on here. So that's about it, kind of a little bit of an update, but a couple things. First of all, still haven't figured out how to fully use my camera, but it's okay. I'm not even using my camera. See, actually, the camera, the one I'm looking at right now, is not recording this video. Here's the preface. I've decided on a premise for the video. I didn't decide before I started recording, but now I've decided on a premise. My video files, you know, this video, the one you're watching with your fucking face, they take up too much space. Now, I've actually tried to fix this. I broke it. See, I switched cameras. Originally, I was using a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 6K. Well, actually, why is there a spiderweb in the lens? More accurately, I was originally using this Panasonic Lumix G7. It's a decent 4K camera. I clearly didn't know how to use it. I didn't understand that you need lights to make a camera work, so all my videos looked like garbage when I used it. And it was entirely my fault. In a desperate attempt to avoid that conclusion, I purchased a $3,000 Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 6K film camera with a $1,000 lens. Because yeah, that'll fix my issue, and, well, actually it did. My videos looked great, except for the fact that each one of my videos, it could record at 6K resolution. It could record at an insane resolution. It could record footage at an insane resolution of 6144 by 3568, 3472, 3110, 3776, 3684, 6K resolution. So yeah, 6K, which is great and all, because I kind of have an addiction to just cameras that can do, I like big resolutions, except I don't have the storage to back it up because, oh my god, 1,000 gigabytes of raw footage to make a video. A video, mind you, that fucking sucked. So yeah, big fucking waste. So yeah, I ran out of storage, and that's a big fucking problem. So yeah, that was recording to NVMe SSDs. I was literally recording at 500 megabytes a second to NVMe drives. So yeah, it got freaking bad towards the end. But the camera was great. The footage, the raw footage, mind you, YouTube compression and my lack of ability to do anything with raw footage destroyed those videos, but the footage looked really good. It was really crisp, clean footage when I wasn't out of focus because I had manual focus and I don't know how to use that. But I finally realized that no amount of amazing hardware can make my videos better. I need to actually learn how to do videos. Now, clearly I haven't done that yet because this still looks like shit, but it's fine. Because what I did is I sold that camera to a great guy, great member of my community. I sold it for money, and he's going to use it much better than I ever did. It's great. It's still a great camera. It can do 6K at 60 FPS internally, recorded to an SD card or flash card, whatever they're called. I no longer needed a 6K camera, so I downsized. I didn't downgrade. I think this is a great camera. I side graded. I downsized to a Lumix S5, a camera that records internally at realistically full frame, 4K, 30 FPS, full frame. It can also do 4K 60, but you have to crop the sensor, which means you get a tighter frame, and it's just, realistically, it's not doing 4K 60, it's just cutting down the data it's actually recording to get a higher FPS. It's the same way you can do 1080p at 180 to get like super slow motion, except for the fact that you have to cut size. So, yeah. I've got a nice 4K camera. Now my data rate's very small. Couple megs a second, compressed MP4. I record in MOV, just gives you a little more data to work with in editing. Fine. Nice compressed format. MOV. We love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. Turns out my camera can do 6K. We go back to the main problem affecting my channel and my other problem. So I was, and yeah, I'm gonna just stick to 4K and I'll be happy with it. And it turns out I fucking wasn't, because no way am I gonna be happy with just 4K, despite the fact that 4K looks absolutely fine. And for YouTube, because of the fact that my channel gets low views, so YouTube compresses the fuck out of everything I upload. No, this is great. So not only 4K wasn't enough. So it turns out, though, that my camera, the Lumix X5 I was talking about, has a really nice feature. It's called, it can also do fucking 6K. Now, it's not the same 6K. It's not 6144 by 3912. It's 5888, or it's 5.9K. 5888 by 2973, 2647, 200,000, 5.9K. I keep like doing this. It's because the thing stops recording. Now, if you wonder why I keep going like that, it's because the recorder keeps stopping recording because I fucked it up. So yeah, we're back to 6K, except the difference is, unlike that Blackmagic camera, that it has huge data rates. Oh, the huge data rates come back. This whole story, just to say that I'm getting an ass, whatever. This whole story is going to boil down to something, you guys are going to be so mad, but basically, it can't do 6K, but I just said it could do 6K. What do you mean it can't do 6K? Okay, the camera cannot record 6K. It simply can't do it. But it has a full frame sensor which can capture 6K. But the camera, and that's recording this video. That's right. The camera is not recording this video. It is in fact something else entirely. It's actually, if it's still recording when I show it to you, this. It's so hot. This, ow, oh my god, it has copper. I need to tear this thing apart. It has copper heatsink in there. Oh my god. See, there's me. Well, it's actually, this is you guys. This is you guys. Oh my god, ow. So, I keep stop recording. A 6K, 5.9K, raw signal from the sensor. It takes raw sensor data. Now, this is not the same as outputting to like a TV. It's not the same as outputting a video signal from a camera. But it's basically raw sensor data from the camera, from the sensor. And it's outputting through the HDMI port, mind you, micro HDMI, to this, which is then getting that raw sensor data, translating it, I think, I don't actually know any of this is all speculation, into a viewable signal for view on the monitor, whilst also capturing it internally. And it is capturing that footage in a Apple ProRes and just fucking circle, and files are too big again. After all that, the video files are too big. I'll have a whole separate review video or just exploratory video on the Ninja 5, but so expect that soon, or don't expect it soon. Expect it eventually. Don't expect anything. Fuck you. It'll be out sometime, hopefully. But back to this. So I've got huge files again, and I've achieved nothing by changing out camera stuff. Now I have a smaller camera that has a more convoluted setup, which honestly makes me happy. If my setup's not convoluted, then what kind of person am I? A smart one. We don't like that here. So, which brings us back to the main point in this video. This is a box from MikroTik, but it'll have something to do with it. I'm building a NAS, and a big one too. Now, it's not going to be like a huge server. I'm not cool enough for that. Plus, I also hate everyone who makes them. But it's not going to be a cool server yet. I've sent some emails. We don't know. But it's not going to be like a big server. It's not going to be like a rack mount chassis. It's not going to be like a tower server or anything like that. It's going to be basically a normal ATX case with some really cool specs. I'm talking hopefully Xeon Gold or Epic. I have a motherboard picked out. Right now I'm thinking Xeon Gold. I don't want to spoil the whole build, but it's going to be pretty sick. You know, Xeon scalable, 20 cores. Epic, just fucking, not Epic, not AMD Epic, just Epic. It's just going to be cool, right? And I'm working, and the reason I haven't done it yet is while I have all of the parts to build the computer, I'm trying to, basically just doing a lot of emails back and forth, and I'm trying to coordinate with a lot of different companies because, I know, me coordinating, what? Because I can't afford anything cool. A lot of the stuff I get has to come from the companies, and it's all like extras. Like, to be honest, yeah, I can take all my SSDs, shove them in my main rig, build a bigger PC, and then just have like this abomination. You've seen my cable management. Just have this. I would prefer to do it more elegantly and do it beneficial to everyone. So the goal is to both make videos for the companies to, you know, to show off the products, but as well as get the products that I want to make my setup more elegant, and then everyone wins. And you guys win too, because I get to show off better products, I get to have an elegant setup, you guys get discounts, shit like that. We love it. So, the one I just have here is a good example, right? This is a MikroTik product. Basically, I want an editing NAS where I can store the raw footage that I'm editing on a separate NAS, separate to my computer, so I don't have to have that much internal storage in my computer. Basically, the NAS will share its drives over a 10 gigabit fiber network. Yes, we're getting fiber up in this bitch. And not only that, thanks to MikroTik, who sent this over. Again, I'm organized with a lot of companies, including Kingston. I don't want to name a bunch of them because they're not confirmed, but a big one is Kingston, who I know they've been super great. They've provided a ton of RAM and a great SSD, depending if the... So yeah, Kingston's great. Another company who sent over something, it took a little while, but it got here before the NAS was built. So this is a MikroTik Cloud Switch. This is from their Cloud Switch series, actually as an active fan. This is a 10 gigabit network switch, all SFP with PoE and console in, of course. I think I can actually get my Ethernet in here, so I can use this as like my main switch. It's such a pretty matte white. It's very nice. I'd like to tear it down. But I don't want to break it. I'll probably replace this fan, maybe with something quieter, if it's actually loud. I'm guessing it's an inactive fan, though. You know, it's like super quiet. Yeah, we'll see. So yeah, this is the switch I'll be using for my NAS setup. With the 1 gig connections, normal SFP, just going for things like internet connectivity, separate network switches, and the 4 10 gigabit ports going between my ingest, main rig, and NAS. As well as render, depending on if render is separate from the NAS. We'll see. It's going to have a 20-core CPU, so it might just go on the NAS. So yeah, basically, I can't afford something like this. The cheapest one of these is like $200. I can't. There's no way I can justify that for 10 gig networking with fiber too, because I want to have. I just like it. So I reached out to MikroTik and said, "Hey, could you send this over for this?" And they were like, "Sure." So I'm going to feature this in a few videos. And the fiber should be coming in from a different site. Again, we'll talk about it when it gets here. I don't want to jinx, I don't want to ruin anything. But so I've got fiber coming in for that. Drives, drive caddies, adapters, all that kind of stuff. 10 gig will allow me to access 10 gigabit networking will allow me to access the files on the NAS for real-time editing at 1 gigabyte a second, which is faster than I need for any of this footage because it's only like 400, 500 megs a second. Max, again, I've gone full circle. More like 300 megabytes a second, something like that. It's a lot, but it's not as much as it could be with the Blackmagic camera. But basically, I can put all my storage, a lot of it hopefully free, in the NAS, and then I can edit at 10 gig, and there's just, it's gonna be it's gonna be probably one of my biggest projects, in terms of sponsors and stuff too, because my biggest one, up until probably now, was my main rig build, which was sponsored by, let's see, Noctua, Noctua, Asetek, Sabrent, Kingston, and a few others. Yeah, a lot of people sent shit for it. I'll probably forget some, but yeah. So yeah, there's just more companies involved. I've sent so many emails. I've gotten a lot of responses, surprisingly. A lot of them were like, no, fuck you, you suck ass. And I'm like, that's completely fair. Thank you, have a good day. But some of them like, yeah, sure, let's fucking do it, NAS. So I'm going to make a bunch of videos about it, hopefully. But yeah, that's all this video serves to announce. I'm going to have to edit through about 50 different files now to edit this video because it kept stop recording and starting again. I've also got a Dell laptop coming, so we're going to finish that giveaway up. And yeah, I got a bunch of cool stuff on this desk, including this Silverstone power supply. Check out Silverstone SX750, one of my favorite units I've ever received. They sent me, that's a great unit, one of the best power supplies I've ever used. If my system didn't use a 3090 for a while, I would probably still use it. 750 watts just wasn't enough for the full system with a 5900X, but that's besides the point. So yeah, stick around for that. That's about it. I got a Dell laptop to finish up some giveaways with, and then got some more stuff on the way, including a new Quadro to game on. So yeah, that's the update. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for hopefully a NAS build and for me to figure out this fucking Ninja 5 thing. Stay tuned for the Ninja 5 review and all that. I've been me, and that's who I am. Goodbye. Ah, fuck.